Hello, welcome to the Lunch and Chat with Leslie show. I hope you didn't mind that introduction of the slides of me. I just wanted to let you know that I am here for you, having a great time. Hope you like my new hairdo. Well, I just wanted to let you know that we are going to have a great time this evening. Last week, or 2 weeks ago, rather, we talked about overcoming grief and trauma. So today we're going to be talking about mental wellness and how we can find solutions for feeling better and being better and stronger. So if you're tuned in last week, you know that we had some phenomenal women on the show. Oh my God, it was so great. And it was very uplifting. It was a healing process that took place for all the women. So I'm going to talk about a little bit about mental wellness and the importance of having mental wellness. Now, I don't claim to be a therapist or psychiatrist or anything of that nature, but what I do claim to be is a child of God that has been inspired to give you some information and share this information with you about mental wellness. So I wanted to just give you a little bit of background when I started really reaching out to women. I started about 2017 when I decided to do a retreat, and this retreat was mainly to reach out to women, to uplift them, to inspire them, the same way as this broadcast. This broadcast is meant to inspire you, educate you, and whatever you need from it, I hope to be able to deliver it to you. Now, it started back when I was with, I did 5-Star Coaching Services retreat, and I just want to just take you through the process of what we did. I created this book of collages just to show you a little bit about how much fun women can have together when we come together. So I'm just going to share just a couple things with you from the book. But if you ever want to come see it, just let me know. I'll definitely share this book with you. Now, there are 3 things that I'm really passionate to talk about before we get into mental wellness, because I feel like it's all connected. And that is strength, that's courage, and that is hope. We all need strength, would you agree, just to make it day by day. So I'm just going to just show you a couple slides of what strength is. Okay, that's just a slide, my little snippet of strength, but I really want to break it down. I've been told that I am the acronym queen. That is so true, because God, I don't know what it is, but he just gives me these acronyms to put together. And I try to find meaning with these acronyms. So before we get into mental wellness, I want to just prepare you to let you know that you are stronger than what you think you are. We're going to get through this. So starting with strength. Strength means that you're strong. T, you're tenacious, you're persevering, and you're strong. You're rugged, built to last, and strong. E, energetic, high powered, and tough. N, notable, remarkable, and important. G, you're gifted, capable, and talented. So don't let anybody else tell you you're not, because you are. You're tough, you're strong, and built to last. And H, you're heroic, you're brave, and you're bold. So that's my meaning for strength. Now, for courage, courage simply means that you have confidence, you're optimistic, you're uplifting, you're relentless, you have the audacity, you've got the grit, and you have the endurance. And then last but not least, there is hope. So you know that old saying, there's always hope. Believe it or not, whatever you're going through, whatever the situation, whatever it looks like, there is always hope for you. So hope simply means you have optimistic plans every day for your life, which is so important. So please just focus on these things, those 3 words: strength, courage, and hope. And you'll find that mentally it will help you get through your day. Now, I do want to go over just some really good things about the mind, how it is a window for your body and your soul. So make sure you receive the proper nourishment. You know, your brain is a powerful thing. Your mental state not only controls your consciousness, but also determines how your body functions. Stress, grief, depression can have a negative effect on your mental health. Ask me how I know. I've gone through it, as I shared with you last week, when I lost my sister and lost some friends. And I tell you, it took me on a roller coaster ride, but I'm glad I'm back to where I need to be. 100% no, but I'm right there. So I hope to be able to encourage you to be right there as well. Well, I want to share this with you. I did get this, and I'll share this with you from the Health Exchange in a link. So this information is not coming from me. It is coming from the Health Exchange. There are 10 ingredients that can boost your mental wellness for a healthier you. First of all, we need to get a good night's sleep. That is very hard for me to do because I am a night owl, always been a night owl. I think I was born at 11:31 in the evening, and I just have a hard time getting the proper sleep. But it is a top reason why we can feel stressed because we don't have enough sleep. We need to eat a healthy diet, rich in omega-3 fatty acids such as salmon, tuna, and are the other items that are good nutritional items for you. And believe it or not, this can cut your risk for dementia and mental decline. Keep yourself active. I remember since I work in healthcare, I was talking to a doctor who was about 80 years old himself. And I said, how do you stay so alert? He said, you need to be active. So if it's through workout or just through, stimulating your brain, that's a good exercise to do. Then you should interact with others, okay? Talk to another person. And, I never had that problem. I love to talk. So talking to people, they said at least 10 minutes a day will help you. Well, my mind should be really great right now because I talk. So if you're not used to talking to people, just, try to do something like that. And it may change your mental state or if you're feeling a little stressed. Then you should pick up a new skill or hobby. That's supposed to be very good. Learning how to play an instrument or whatever it is that you like to do, just do it. Get a mental workout, Scrabble, as I mentioned to you, maybe play a game, challenge yourself, with puzzles or whatever, but that's supposed to be very good for you as well. So the Health Exchange also said you should do something for others. Oh my God, I cannot agree with this statement even more because when you help others, it takes the focus off of yourself. When you're going through so many different things, challenges, you can actually feel better. I remember, just in the past, going through some things. And once I reached out and we talked to other people or asked them, what can I do for you? It really changed things. So think about helping other people. Learn to manage your stress. So shift your mindset, make a list of things, of your goals, and check them periodically to see if you're on track. And avoid alcohol, cigarettes, and drugs. Don't overindulge in these items because they're not a stimulant. It is really a depressant. So try to stay away from too much alcohol, cigarettes, or drugs. And last but not least, laughter is the best medicine. Would you agree? Laughter is wonderful. So I hope that you will learn how to laugh. If you don't know how to laugh, you need to laugh till you're silly. Okay, laugh till you fall out on the floor. It's okay, but laughter is really good for you. So that is just my segment of mental wellness. But I have some phenomenal guests that I would be bringing on. The first guest, her name is Shanquelle Saunders, and she was on the show a couple weeks ago. She is a licensed master social worker, and she will be just kind of going over with the stress that our young people go through. Now, mental wellness is not just for adults, it's for our children because it starts from there. If you've ever gone through any trauma or stress as a kid, you remember how it felt, what it felt like. We were always children were taught to be seen and not heard. And believe it or not, that's really not good. We really need to pay close attention to our children. So Shanquelle Saunders is going to talk about that. And then after Shanquelle, I have a very good friend of mine who is a functional health medicine coach. Her name is Sheila Hall, and she's going to share some ideas with you too about mental health. So without further ado, I'm going to bring Ms. Shanquelle to the screen.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
That's good. It's good to see you again.
Thank you. It's good to see you. Thank you for having me again. I'm so excited.
Oh, always. I mean, you can come every day because we all need some mental wellness every day. Would
That
you
is true.
agree?
I agree.
So, what's been going on?
Um, Nothing much. Just trying to, like you said, keep my mental health up as well during the COVID and everything that is going on in the world.
Yeah.
Just like some of our listeners, I too have been doing my best to make sure I stay positive, make sure I stay healthy, and that I'm doing things that will just keep me strong and keep me encouraged.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know what? All you have to tune in is to the Lunch and Chat with Leslie show, and I'll keep you encouraged. I promise you.
Mhm.
And let me add your name here because I have my stuff here, but I want to make sure I show your information here. I'm sorry, Chanquel. There we go.
Okay.
Okay, so people know who you are, Miss Saunders.
Yeah.
So, can you share with our viewers about what children go through? I know that you said you work as a social worker with kids that have been removed from their homes. So,
Yes. So
so what happens after that? How does a child rebound after that?
A child rebounds after. So we only remove the children from the home when it's not safe at all for the child to be in the home. There are just some things going on in the home where the child cannot physically be home. So the child may be placed with another relative. So one way that we help the child get through this is by providing supports to the child, communicating to the child what is going on. Getting the child's thoughts about what's going on, talking to the child, getting their opinion, just being very open, just being honest and straightforward with the child. We also provide the family resources with the goal of getting the child back in the home. So whatever led the child to be taken away from the home, we wanted to address with the family so the child can be brought back into the home. And through the process, we also make sure, if it's safe to do so, that the child is in contact with the parents. They know what's going on. They know that we're not keeping them from the parents or their loved ones. And we're just trying to make sure the child's physical, emotional, mental needs are met, that they're okay, and that we're just trying to improve the situation best that we can for the child.
Oh, that's great. And Chanquel, I realized, just growing up myself as a child, it seemed like, always had so much on my mind, never really, I talked to my mother, when I could because she was really busy. And this is not to, put parents down because our parents did the best that they could, at least in my generation. But I know now, honestly, mental health is so important for parents to pay attention to their children.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think are some of the signs when you feel like the child is in distress or they're having issues? Can
Yeah.
you talk about
Yeah.
some of the signs?
So some of the signs is different depending on the different age of the child. But I will say, like this, the child will either tell you or they will show it out through their behavior. Like for example, if the child was in preschool, they may recreate something that happened that's bothering them. Like for example, if they're getting abused or sexually assaulted in the home, they may recreate that what's happening to them with toys. So that's one way. Another way, like if a child is in elementary school age, they may become anxious or fearful. They may have a hard time concentrating or a difficult time sleeping. If the child is like in the age of like middle high school, they may develop an eating disorder, begin eating more or begin eating less. They may become withdrawn from people, agitated. So I will say that the child does demonstrate when things are wrong with them.
Okay.
You just have to pay attention, be very observant of your child, because a parent or a caregiver knows when something is wrong with their children.
Yes.
So those
Yes,
are just
absolutely. Absolutely. And you know what? And I think they try to show the signs, but parents, sometimes, I mean, my kids are older now, but when I look back, I realize I was so busy. We get so caught up with just the hustle and bustle of life. And we forget that, hey, our little ones, they're people too. So
Yep.
I really think that, mental health is so important. And I did do a little, and I'll probably put it on like towards the end, how mental health it's just a slide to show that it's the most important thing that needs to be addressed.
Mm-hmm.
Because out of mental health, right? If people are not, little kids, if they're suffering from a mental disorder when they're young, they're going to just transfer that as an adult.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, they can become, I hate to say it's criminals or whatever, this, the mindset changes. So I'm just so glad they have behavioralists and therapists out there that can help these children. So some of the kids that you've seen, do they recommend, some of them have to go to see a therapist
Yes.
afterwards?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Some and not only just the children, the family may has to go as a whole. The parents,
Okay.
just any resources that a provider would say is in the best interest of the child, like a professional they deem is in the best interest, that we will definitely support. And I will also say the more support that the child has, the better that they can become. Yeah.
Okay. Fantastic. Well, Shanquelle, I thank you for sharing that information with our viewers. And again, I never tell you to leave the broadcast. Stay right there because I do have another guest. I will be bringing her in. Her name is Sheila Hall, and she is a functional health medicine coach. Um, I hope I said it correctly for a title. If not, I know she'll choke me. But but without further ado, I'm going to bring Miss Sheila Hall in here as well. Hi, Sheila.
Hello.
Hey, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, doing fine. Hanging in there, girl. We were talking
Yeah.
about, I don't know if you had a chance to look at the broadcast a little bit, but it was all about, mental health and wellness. And I know, with your expertise, you'll be able to, just have some information to provide for the viewers. So whatever else they can do. And I know you, I think you're going to talk about something really unique. So, I have the slide for that. I know you sent it to me in the email. So you just let
Yeah.
me know when to put it up there and I'll share it. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So
Well,
why don't you introduce yourself?
okay. So my name is Sheila Hall. I'm a functional medicine health coach, and I own a spa out in Randallstown, Maryland, where I like to say everybody is unique in their health. So I like to put together different holistic practices for that person that's unique to them to help them get better in their wellness journey. As a functional medicine health coach, we're trained to find the root cause of issues. So, like we're talking about mental health today, we usually think about, okay, I need to get a hold of my stress, or, like you were saying about laughter and um, not putting certain substances in your body, and all that helps your mental health. But what I am passionate about is finding out where it's coming from in the first place. So, what I thought would be cool to bring to you is something to talk about the brain and gut connection. And we have this nerve in our body I call the vagus nerve. You can call it vagus or Vegas. I like calling it Vegas because it reminds me of Vegas. What goes on in Vegas, this doesn't necessarily stay in Vegas.
Okay.
So you can bring the slide up now.
Okay. All right. So let me get that slide up. Is this the one you're talking about? Now, hopefully
Yeah.
I'm going to show it to them real quick. And I don't know if it'll put you out the broadcast, but I'm going to do my best.
Okay. All right.
So let me
What?
see.
Well, you can
Oh. So I got to.
okay.
Okay. There you go.
Okay. So it's really sideways. That's the brain. I'm sure you'd be able to tell the brain. But the
Yeah.
vagus nerve actually sits in the back of the brain, and it kind of reminds me like like a suction, and then it has tentacles that come down. And they call vagus means wandering. So these tentacles wander and they touch the major organs in your body. And what happens is it communicates with the brain. So it tells the brain what's going on in your body. Hence, what goes in Vegas doesn't stay in Vegas. The vagus nerve tells everything to the brain. So when you talk about mental health, it can also include things that's going on in your body that the vagus nerve is sending to the brain, like something isn't right. For instance, if your gastrointestinal system is off, you're not eating correctly. And so you're not digesting correctly. That vagus nerve will tell your brain, and the brain will be like, oh my gosh, we need to send some things down there to help you digest. So when things happen like that, immediately we get into a stress response, because that's like, that's happening. That's what your brain is thinking. So that's a type of stress that we might not even realize that we're going through. The vagus nerve works on your sympathetic and parasympathetic, responses. And it's always looking to bring your stress down. But these tentacles are going around. And so when you might have diabetes, high cholesterol, whatever, the vagus nerve is responding to all of that and putting you in a stress response. So,
what is the solution then, Sheila, for if the vagus nerve?
The thing is they call it to activate the vagus nerve. So you need to get its attention so it can relax. And the vagus nerve can activate your relaxation response by reducing your blood pressure. It's very simple, reducing your blood pressure. And we usually can do this by some deep breathing exercises, yoga, meditation. And it's this really cool thing called humming that we can do. And also cold water on your face relaxes you, and even cold showers. Like,
really?
They actually use that as a treatment for people with epilepsy, have mental disorders, depression. So that cold water helps calm down the vagus nerves, and in return, you calm down. So,
okay. Because I always thought that you have to take a hot shower or have something hot, to really relax. But I guess it's not necessarily true.
No, it's the cold. I know it sounds like opposite, but it's actually the cold, because something about the cold just makes you stop, and then it makes the vagus nerve release.
Actually, it makes me go into shock sometimes. No. What about you, Chanquel? Take a cold shower.
Yeah, cold shower.
But you know what? It makes you alert, though. I will say that.
Especially
right. But see, but that's the thing. It's like when you're stressed, you're moving, and this is stop.
Oh yeah,
and
that'll
brings you
right.
back.
That'll slap you right.
Yeah, so stop it.
I like that. Okay. Wow. Okay. So the vagus nerve. Let me ask you this about the vagus nerve. I know. Well, I'm cheating here because I know you gave me this book. Was it about did you say something about serotonin or something?
Okay. So this was about another thing you can use is light therapy. Now the vagus nerve, it works far as your sympathetic and parasympathetic, the stress or whatever. So a lot of people have stress because they don't sleep well.
Yeah.
And so we're on our computers, our cell phones, things like that. And they have a what they call a blue light hue to it. And the blue light, it messes with our serotonin levels.
Really?
Yeah. So the best thing is to have a dark red light That's good for night.
Well, how do I get
Red
that
light.
red light on my phone?
You don't put your phone down. You gotta put your phone
Put your
away.
phone down.
When you go to sleep, put your phone down, turn TV off,
Okay.
and you can put a little blue, a red light, in your room or something like that if you have trouble
Okay.
sleeping. But blue lights are really good for the daytime because
Okay.
they actually wake you up. So that's why you have trouble at night sleeping if you have that blue light on. So for the
Interesting. Okay.
daytime, blue light is good.
Blue light.
And
And
at
no
my
black, no black
spa,
light, right? No black light.
you won't be able to see nothing.
No black lights. Okay. You too young for that. We're gonna talk about the black light. Okay.
But we talked about that red light now.
Oh, the red light, right?
Anyway, I digress.
You gotta have fun.
I forgot
The
what I was gonna
and laugh
say.
with Leslie, right?
So, like,
sorry.
I have a picture of me taking blue light therapy in my sauna. At our spa, we have infrared sauna that has color chromatography. And one of the reasons is that light therapy helps with different things in your body, cell generation, all that. I took a picture with me in blue light, and I thought it was so cool because right in my forehead, it had this white light. Everything else around me was blue, but in my forehead was the white light. And of course, it's our frontal lobe. And the frontal lobe is responsible for how you feel about your environment, how you judge things, how emotional you might be, your emotional responses, and even your language, your expressive language. So when you think about the stress and how the blue light wakes you up or whatever, I thought it felt like it was working on my frontal lobe, and it was like all of that intuition and how I feel about myself, everything was coming out. I thought that was like really cool how that works like that. So, but blue light during the day, red light at night.
Okay. That sounds
cold
good.
showers in the morning.
So long. And cold showers in the morning. Woo. It sounds like a lot, but if you say it works, why not? I'm gonna try. What about you, Shan?
Yeah, I'm gonna try the cold showers.
And what we're gonna do next week, we're gonna come back. That's the break. Next week's segment is breakthrough. So that means that we're gonna have a breakthrough.
I'm gonna tell you exactly why this works so well, and it has a little bit. It doesn't have to do with mental health, but it's the reason why you feel better. So it kind of does.
Okay.
Usually when you take a shower, you take like a hot shower or a warm, really warm shower. After you've taken your shower, turn it on to the cold water, get that shock, and then turn it off. Try to keep it for like 5 seconds, 10 seconds.
Okay.
This works on your lymphatic system. And so what you're doing is decreasing inflammation. And so all of that stuff that the vagus nerve is like wondering, inflammation or whatever, is decreasing that.
Wow.
And that's why the stress is reduced.
Man, so that means I'm gonna do this tonight, because that means tomorrow morning, any inflammation, I should be like 10 pounds lighter, right?
Right. Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
I'm going for it. Man, and I really like the techniques, Sheila, that you are providing, the information that you're providing for our viewers, because it is really a great amount of resource information. So if anyone wants to reach out to you, what's the best way to reach out to you?
You can go to my website. It's SheilaLHall.com.
Okay.
Find me on Facebook under Unique Scripts Wellness, or my personal page, Sheila Hall, and message me. So also humming. Don't forget the humming.
Oh yeah, you said humming. That's right. Before we end the broadcast, didn't you mention you want to do an exercise?
Yeah, we're gonna do a little exercise on humming.
Okay. All right. I'm ready for it. Hey. Okay. So okay, we're gonna do the hum. Okay.
Okay,
Are you ready to
okay,
sing?
okay.
Is it like a singing hum or just a hum?
No, Leslie, we don't want. No,
I'm not good at singing.
don't do that.
No singing. You know this
No
is my
singing.
broadcast, so I'm gonna sing.
We trying
I'm
to
not gonna
de-stress.
sing. The world is not ready for me to sing.
They ain't ready. They
I
ain't
won't
ready.
do it. Okay. I'll save it for the next one. So but what I do have, I'm gonna share this link. Give me 1 second. Look, if I can find it. Oh my gosh, I always forget where I do with these links. Okay, here it is. Okay, I'm gonna copy this. Oh wow, I'm not even. You know what? I don't know what I
Yeah,
did.
get it.
Don't even worry about it. Oh, that's my fault. I'm really messing up. I don't even know what I did with the link. This is so unprofessional. Wow. You know
We're
what?
gonna really need
I'll
this
send
humming
it later. I'll
exercise.
send it later on, and the viewers, when they go on my page, they'll have this link. It was basically the link when I talked about the 10, essential ingredients for boosting your mental wellness.
Okay.
So I think a little bit from me, some
Mhm.
from Shanquelle, and some from you. That's, to me, that's like collaboration, right?
Mhm.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we're hoping that, this information definitely has been valuable to our viewers. Shanquelle, is there anything else that you would like to add before we leave?
I would say, please reach out for help if you need help. Don't be ashamed. There are tons of resources out here for adults, for children. We do not have to suffer on our own. We have help. So please, please, please reach out for help. That's what I would say.
Oh, that is great. Great advice.
Yeah.
And Sheila, we're not ending yet because I know you're going to do an exercise. Was there anything else that you want to discuss before I remove you from the broadcast? Just kidding. Is there anything else?
A lot of times when we might feel depression, even suicidal tendencies,
Yeah.
anything has to do with mental health, please remember that you are not alone, number one.
Yes.
Don't be embarrassed about it. And also, it could be something so simple that can help you through it, like humming, what we're going to do.
Okay.
Something that's inside of you, maybe the way you eat, maybe it's the way you sleep.
That's
So
true.
don't think of it as it's like it can't be fixed, it can't be helped. There's always help.
Yes. And I think, if I may add, that when people get depressed, I think the most important thing is don't focus on that depression. Don't stay there, because if you stay there, you can't get out. It's almost like you're digging yourself deeper and deeper in the hole. And if you focus on that problem, it's just going to get worse and worse. It's going to start spreading. So I believe that anyone, if they have had mental depression over the years, like, maybe from the time they were a child, they can get help. They're just, those issues were never addressed, right? So I'm just so glad that you guys decided to join me in the segment of mental wellness. I have like a little, I'm gonna take it off. It's just like a little video. It's not even a video. It's just something I want to share. So I'm gonna show this to you real quick. Did you like it? Did you see it? It was only 10 seconds. Did you see the video? I mean, it's not even a video. It's just pictures of newspapers, but it just goes to show you it's in red. And that's just to say, stop, pay attention, that mental health is important. It is no joke.
Yep.
So, I know that we laugh and joke, but you know what? We talked about that, laughter. Laughter to me, oh my gosh, man, I can tell you this, I've been knowing Sheila for a long time. And that's all we used to do. We were so goofy. We laughed about everything. And my mother used to say, what is so funny? So I know that laughter is supposed to help, like lower your blood pressure, lower your whatever else is going on in your mind. It's supposed to help calm you down. So I'm ready for this humming exercise. Just tell me, what do we need to do?
Okay, so I forgot my little thing.
That's okay.
So basically, first let's just practice a hum, like get your hum.
Okay.
So basically, so like I said, the vagus nerve has tentacles that touches different major organs in your body, and one of them, of course, is your esophagus, your throat. So that's why it helps activates it. So, of course, we can't go in our body and move stuff around, but you can trigger it with your throat, with the humming.
Oh, okay.
So, like if you feel yourself getting, discombobulated, like kind of stressed out. And I always said this, that I always felt like singers could easily get themselves out of stress. All they have to do is sing, because it's singing, they're using your throat. And I'm sure, and I've asked a couple of people this, and it was like, and if they thought about it, it's like, yeah, it's like you can always make yourself feel good just by singing, just by humming. Okay. So I want you to just close your eyes.
Okay.
And when I say the word respond,
yes,
that's when you're going to do what I do. Do what I do your humming. Okay. But while you're humming, I'm also going to speak. But when I say respond, I want you to take a deep inhale, and then you're going to exhale with a hum. Okay. So respond, take a deep inhale, and then exhale with a hum.
I'm trying.
No judgment.
Okay.
No manipulation. No controlling of sound.
Okay.
We respond with a deep inhale and exhale with a hum. No thought of language. No manipulation of expression. We respond with a deep inhale and exhale with a hum. The hum is a sound of awakeness, of self-love, of our heart center. It's where we get rocked by our heart, steady, calm, and peace. We respond with a deep inhale and slowly exhale with a hum. And you're good. So how you feel?
Oh my gosh, girl. I feel great. How do you feel, Shaquille?
I feel good. It was like for the first 10 minutes, 5 seconds, I was able to focus my mind and just concentrate 5 seconds on the present. I like that. That was nice.
I'm floating. I feel like I'm floating. That was really good.
I know it sounded crazy, but it actually works.
Yeah, because I'm telling you, whatever this heaviness, especially with stress, there's so much heaviness. I felt so relaxed. And, like you said, it's almost like you're concentrating. So I was concentrating on the inhale and the exhale. So I would never thought that would be, really anything but Sheila. Thank you.
Thank you.
Very, very good. Yes. Welcome. Yes, this is great. Mental health, mental wellness is important. So I know it starts like the mind. If you think that you are incapable of doing things, or if you feel like you're a loser, if you feel like all these things, it can affect your body physically.
Yep.
Yes, yes.
So before you guys leave, it's just a couple more slides, and then I'm gonna come back to you. Okay? Give me one
Okay.
second. Okay. All right. Okay. You like the slide?
Yes, very encouraging.
This is words, inspiration. I hope that our viewers were really impressed with tonight's broadcast. A lot of information. We are all, I just that word collaboration. I mean, we're working together.
Yeah.
We're bringing something to everyone. So I hope that the viewers were very pleased tonight. We plan on keeping it going. Next week is going to be Breakthrough. So please stay tuned. Same time, same place, Breakthrough. And if need be, I'll reach out to you ladies again, if I have a little bit more space, because I have about 20 people coming on. Just kidding. Just kidding. I'm not there yet, but
you will be.
This is not about me. It's about you and you and you.
Yes.
So let's keep it going. Thank you for joining Lunch and Chat with Leslie, and I'll talk to you soon. Have a great day.
Bye.
All right. Thank you.